Hello everybody, welcome to today's video. I go by the name of Shay on this channel, and today's video is going to be about minimalism and living with a roommate or partner that isn't too keen on the whole minimalism idea. Maybe they don't want to follow it, maybe they're just not really interested or don't really care, or maybe they're just really against it. So my situation, my partner, Dayton, he does not want to declutter, minimize any of his stuff. He's not really passionate about simple living, not really passionate about zero waste or being eco-friendly. I mean, he's not like bad for the environment, but he doesn't really care that much. And I'm not to say that's not right, and I'm not saying that anyone is wrong for the way they think. I'm not saying you need to be minimalist. I'm not saying you should force anyone to be minimalist. I'm not even saying I want to force Dayton to be minimalist. I would love if he was passionate about the things that I'm passionate about, but at the same time, I'm not really passionate about the gym and jiu-jitsu like he is. So I understand where it's coming from. Now, I'm going to chat a little bit about the struggles that come with it. For me, a lot of my minimalist journey was because of my anxiety and my depression. Seeing clutter and mess really made me anxious and sad, and it did not help when I was going through my depression. It was adding on more and more. And when I started decluttering and cleaning up my life, living a simpler life and leading the journey to minimalism, I was so much happier. Depression went away, my anxiety went down, and I was just overall such a different person. For me, it's hard because I share a bedroom with my partner. It's not as much as a roommate. We actually share a bedroom behind the camera. That's why I'm pointing that way. So I have my stuff, he has his stuff. And when I declutter, I don't think it's right to just throw out his items because those are his items. Dayton purchased those with his money. He has sentimental value to some of those items. That's a whole other thing because I don't really have sentimental items. The only thing I have sentimental is like Addison, our daughter's, a few of her items. But for myself, I don't keep sentimental items for myself. It's just something I choose not to do. I didn't really have many sentimental items anyways. But Dayton loves to keep things. I think he's kind of like how I used to be. He thinks like, oh, I might need this one day. And I'll show you a little bit of that in a moment here. Dayton keeps so much. So he has this drawer in our room with an Xbox that's broken. It's been broken for about 1.5 years now. He doesn't want to throw it out, but he doesn't want to see to get it fixed. So it just sits in this drawer. He doesn't want me to sell it or give it away. Nope, it just sits in this drawer. Along with that, we have 3 Xbox games that he can't play. But we have these DVDs that he keeps that aren't even ours, but he doesn't want to return it because he wants to watch it one day, but we haven't watched it, and it's just a movie that we could probably find on Netflix. Whew, that was hard to say. He keeps this binder from a class that he didn't pass a few years back that he has to retake, so he has to get a new binder to take the class, so he doesn't need to keep this binder for years until he takes the class. Are you seeing where I'm going with this? And so for me, it gets a little frustrating. He keeps this first aid book where he could find any of it online. He just saw the book in the thrift store. He thought it was super cool, so he asked me to get it for him, and this was a few years ago. And I've been trying to kind of get rid of it, but he wants me to keep it. I've never ever seen him read it. He doesn't look at it. It's literally in the drawer tucked away under everything, but he won't let me get rid of it. So I know it sounds silly because it could be like, oh, just don't look in the drawer. But if you are similar to me, you know what I mean is you know it's there. The drawer gets open sometimes. When there's laundry on the floor, it's different things that really bother me, and my anxiety comes back. And it's not like Dayton doesn't care or he's not aware. It's just not really something he's conscious of, and that's not the way he lives his life. Again, I must respect his belongings and him and what he wishes to do with them, and I totally understand that, but it can be really frustrating and cause a lot of anxiety for myself when I have to kind of calm myself down from it. So a few ways that you can deal with this: you could chat with your partner, sit them down and explain, or your roommate, and let them know kind of the situation. You could give them a few ideas. So I've told Dayton my dream. I would love to live in a tiny home, or even for the summer, just rent a trailer and go camping and kind of those fun things, like living off the grid. I would love to live out a suitcase and travel and sell our home and not have debt and just travel the world with our children. And those are things Dayton isn't passionate about. And unfortunately, I still want those things for myself. I only have one life. I would love to live it to its fullest with my dreams and goals. And I don't think those dreams are too far-fetched either. I mean, I might have to modify a few of them. Maybe won't sell our house or something, but maybe rent it out and go travel in the meantime. But those are things he's not passionate about. He does not want to do. So I have to evaluate the situation. I have to see, are these things really important to me? Is there a way I can tweak it? I want him to follow his dreams and I want to follow my dreams, but where can we meet in the middle? Because obviously I care about him, I love him, he's my partner. So that's a whole other thing where I have sat him down. You need to sit your partner down and just let them know kind of how you're feeling, what you're thinking, and how do they feel about it. And I've tried it a few times, and some things Dayton has actually been like, okay, fine, you can get rid of these. Other times he, like the books and the binders, he won't get rid of. So it really, really depends on the situation. For socks and underwear, he keeps them even if they have holes and whatever. I'm just like, no, I'm throwing these out. Those are things that I will throw out because I just buy him more from like Walmart, so he doesn't care, especially since I'm paying for them. So, but those really bug me how he just keeps holes in all his clothing for so long. Now, why I made this video was because I know it can be a struggle if you're living with someone who isn't quite the same mindset as you or same lifestyle. And for me, sometimes it actually causes arguments. Dayton gets frustrated because he thinks like I'm gonna sell the bed. He's like, have you sold the bed yet? Because I just sell things, I declutter things, I get rid of things. And this is every single day. Every day, pretty much, Dayton comes home from his class and I'm decluttering something or I'm going through something. Every day. Even though I've gone through it last week, I go through it again and I always find something new to get rid of or something new to fix. So I think he gets a little bit frustrated and kind of just laughs it off, but I can tell that he's kind of like, what the heck is wrong with this girl? So, you know, it can be tricky. Unfortunately, you can't force anyone to be, you know, how you want them to be. I think my best advice is to chat with them, explain to them your findings, let them know the situation, and see how they feel about it. See if there's any compromises you can make in between, and kind of work from there. But that's kind of a struggle with having a partner that is not minimalist at all. It's a lot of compromising, I think, for myself, because like I was saying, I get a lot of anxiety and stress when it is a cluttered mess. I have to compromise sometimes, and that's something really hard for me. But that's my best advice when having a partner that doesn't quite live the same lifestyle as you or understand the lifestyle. Why, hello again. While editing this video, I kind of realized it sounds like I don't even know, like bashing Dayton and insulting him, and that is not what my intention is at all. I love Dayton. I have nothing negative to say about him, or mean, like anything negative. It's just Dayton doesn't mind when I declutter the house, so things like, well, he minds, but I mean, he doesn't do anything, he doesn't care, because I'm the one that does the cooking, the cleaning, the laundry. So if I want to get rid of some dishes so I don't have to do as many dishes, he's like, yeah, fair enough, you're the one that does the dishes. So when I'm saying that I'm decluttering all this stuff, it's not like I'm taking all of Dayton's stuff and throwing it out. I mean, like, I'm taking our household items that I bought like years ago in my old house and decluttering so there's less mess for me to clean up. So that's what I mean. Dayton doesn't really care about that. But when it comes to his items is when it gets a little crazy. But those are the items that I was saying I respectfully don't declutter because that's not my choice. They're not my items. It's not my belongings. So I just wanted to touch on that because I love Dayton. In no way am I bashing him, and I support him. So please, I hope that came across better. Thanks. Have a great day.